Well, g'day curd nerds. We're just about to head off to the Mould Festival. It is the first time it's ever been held, and it's at the meat market in North Melbourne. So it should be very interesting. We get to see lots of artisan cheesemakers show us their fare. Now, I don't know how crowded it's going to be, so and we don't know what the video footage is going to be like because Kim and I are going along and taking it on our iPads and our iPhones. So excuse any quality of video, but hopefully it should be a great little festival. Anyway, we'll see you there. So first of all, we decided to catch a tram to the festival. So here's a typical Melbourne tram.
Get your head out of the way, you drongo.
Then eventually we got to where it was held, and it's called the Meat Market. It used to be an old butcher's place where all the restaurants in Melbourne used to get all of their meat. Very interesting building, still has a lot of the original features in it. So here's the entranceway to the festival, and you can see the lovely big banner there. Welcome to Mould, the Cheese Festival. And when we got inside the hall, you can see that there were hundreds of people, and it was going to be a fairly crowded affair. But that didn't perturb us one little bit. We were there for the excitement. So you could actually buy a whole bunch of the cheeses that were available at the festival as different style cheese platters. So the first cheesemaker was Mould Farm Cheeses, and they had two raw cheeses on offer. One was a Tilsit style, and the other one was a Gruyere style. Now, both Kim and I agreed that these weren't our cup of tea, so we didn't buy any. So the next cheese was from Milawa Cheese, and they had some lovely varieties there, mostly cow's milk. So the one that we chose out of this one was a Milawa Tome, and we also chose their red washed rind cheese, which was called, well, I'll find out in a minute, hang on, here it is, they're a King River Gold, and that was a delightful cheese. Some amazing flavours. The next one was Tongola Goat Products, and they were from Tasmania, and they had some lovely cheeses on offer, just a couple, but the one we tried and were most impressed with was this little white rind cheese, a little bloomy rind cheese. It was called Zoe, and it was only 21 days old, but you could see the geotrichum rind there, and the paste inside was absolutely divine. So we bought one of those from Tongola Cheese, and it was delicious. So the next one was Yarra Valley Dairy, and they had quite a few. They're from just north of Melbourne. So they had quite a few cheeses on offer. So the one that caught our taste buds was this one, was an ash in Valencia style. Then we're on to Harper and Bloom. We got hungry, so we went over to the other stalls where you can buy food, and we wanted some raclette potatoes. So you can see this under the special griller. This is a half a wheel of raclette, and they grill it until it's golden brown. So it's bubbling there on top. There you can go. You can see the part of the cheese is golden brown. So they get some jacket potatoes, basically squish them up there, and then they scrape the cheese on top. And it, mark my words.
Get some in my mouth. Oh, so good.
Absolutely delicious. Anyway, so the next cheese one, we skipped a few because the lines were just getting so long. This is section 28. So section 28 had some great cheeses. They're all Alpine style cheeses. So this one was like a Morbier. The other one, this one was a very aged one. The next one had some black peppers in it. Actually, it's called bush pepper. And then the final one, which you can see in the silver foil there, was a rolled in wood, well, they called it woodland herbs. Anyway, on to the next one, which is the Pines, and this is out of Kiama in New South Wales. Had a great selection there. One of the cheeses that they were most famous for is this naughty little number that had truffles in it. Anyway, they also had some unhomogenized labna, which is a yogurt cheese, and they also had a tome there as well. Anyway, we chose two types. One's called Black Pearl, which had the truffles in it, and then Pearl, which was basically a tome. Very delightful cheese, very nice. And then it was on to Pecora Dairy, which is exclusively sheep's milk. And there were 4 cheeses on offer here. And the first one was a blue cheese, and then there was an espresso cheese that had the marbling, and then a washed rind cheese, and then a fresh one. And we chose the blue, the espresso, and the washed rind, the red washed rind cheese. So we brought those home, and you can see those there. So that one was called Curly Red. It was actually Tipsy Red because they had washed it in beer as well. So it's a nice yeasty outside flavour. So all in all, we actually brought home 13 cheeses from the festival, ranging from cow's milk, goat's milk, and eventually some ewe's milk or sheep's milk cheeses. So we decided, because the fresh ones needed to be eaten fairly quickly, we decided to have a cheese platter, because today, the day I'm doing the voiceover anyway, is Father's Day. So my daughters came round and we had a little bit of a cheese platter and some lunch. So you can see the insides of the cheeses there. They're from left to right, sorry, sheep, goat, and then goat again, which is in the pyramid one. Anyway, I did my happy dance.
I just want to say, Gavin, because I'm behind the camera at the moment, that when walking around today doing the filming and tasting all those cheeses, that your cheese was just as good, if not better, than some of the ones we were trying today. So I think you should be very proud of yourself.
Well, thanks for that lovely commentary, Kim. I appreciate it. Again now, hopefully that was informative. The cheeses that we saw were magnificent. I could not believe some of the varieties, like Tome. I'd never tried Tome before, and it was delicious. And some of the red washed cheeses that the cheesemakers made were fantastic. I'm going to try my hand at a few of the ones that we've seen and see how we go. I'm sure I can make some recipes up to kind of emulate those sorts of cheeses. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel where you can be informed of all new cheesy videos. And also, don't forget to visit our shop, littlegreenworkshops.com.au. Thanks for watching, Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time.